Alright, now we're live.
Yeehaw?
I guess.
At least we're in the States this time.
It's true.
Yeah, right.
Not somewhere in the Netherlands.
Yo.
Knobs, how do you feel about Infinity so far?
Infinity.
The Marvel comic series.
I haven't read the latest one yet.
I'm kind of not digging it.
What the fuck is happening? God damn it!
Dogs?
Oh,
Thanks.
more stuff happening.
More internet stuff.
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know, I'm liking, what was it, Battle of the Atom? Is that new X-Men?
Oh, yeah, the X-Men thing
event?
spin off.
I kind of like that.
I think the problem with Infinity is you're picking up all these when the side stories converge on the Infinity.
I'm missing
Where
a lot of stuff.
Well, that's fun. Let me see.
Because I haven't been reading Avengers.
Because right now I know I've missed Avengers. I think these are the main storylines. Avengers 18, New Avengers 9,
Oh, yeah.
and I know what you're missing. Avengers 19 and 20, and New Avengers 10. But here's the tie-ins: is Avengers Assemble, Captain Marvel, and Thunderbolts.
I haven't been reading any of those things.
Well, it gets
That's
even
crazy.
better. For September, you're missing Avengers Assemble, Captain Marvel, Infinity Heist, Infinity Hunt,
What?
Mighty Avengers, Nova 8, Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man Team Up 3 and 4, and
Jeez.
Thunderbolt. The tie-ins are more issues than the actual main storyline.
That's fucked.
That sounds like the Marvel I know and love, though.
See, like, I'm sort of okay on the X-Men one because it's...
Yeah.
You read Battle of the Atom 1, and then the next issue is, you know, X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, and then the next issue is X-Men, and it follows that storyline. And then, like,
But-
2 issues later, it's back to Battle of the Atom number 2.
Well, the thing that I've enjoyed about it's the all-new X-Men are tied up in the middle of that, too, but...
Yeah.
Because I've only been reading the all-new X-Men is pretty much where I've just kind of been, and I was really confused with the latest one. I'm like, oh, what happened? Like, the last thing I read was Beast proclaimed his love for little Jean Grey. Okay,
Yeah, that's weird.
and then it picked up with some other crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the future X-Men come back in time. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys shouldn't travel through time, but we just totally did it because shit's fucked.
Yeah. You guys should stop traveling through time, says the people from the future.
But
Wolverine
right now.
and the X-Men is still really good. I like the mainline X-Men storyline with the all-female X-Men team.
Yeah.
That's been really strong so far.
Ooh, what's Superior? I've been reading. Actually, I'm still kind of catching up on Venom,
Yeah.
and they like right now, Venom and Carnage are in the Microverse, and instead of being Maximum Carnage, it's Minimum Carnage.
That's pretty funny.
Nice. That's awesome.
But it's been that. I mean, I'm telling you what, Venom has been a fantastic read. I really was not expecting.
I've heard it's been really good.
Yeah, after Volume 2, I think is when Flash Thompson becomes Venom,
Wow.
and that's where it kind of picks up. Like, holy shit.
P-Flux in chat says, where's Jean-Luc Picard to sort out the timeline problems when you need him? If only.
If only.
Yeah, if
No,
only
no.
I had Patrick Stewart chime in. Nope, you should read this first.
Yes.
See, you don't need Jean-Luc Picard. You need Q.
Yeah, well, does
He
anyone
could-
need Q?
Everyone needs Q.
What
Well,
does
you don't
everybody
need-
want?
Q. Time travel?
Stupid Q.
I just see Q sitting in the corner of the room with the little beer bottles, just laughing.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah.
So I gotta go take a nap.
I need to go play more Diablo, so let's do this.
What'd you pick it up for?
360.
Yeah, I had it in my hand, but I bought something else instead this week.
Oh,
Fair
teaser.
All
Teaser
right.
for yo ass.
Yeah.
P-Flux in chat says you're freezing up now and again, Knobs. Yeah, we're having technical problems today. Can you just Barracuda. Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Over there is Knobs.
What's up?
And over there is the Hannah.
Hey, hey, hey.
I don't have anything else to talk about. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, I'm a little tired.
Yeah, me too.
Here's the thing. Oh, boss, did you get that email I forwarded over to you?
Yes, I have 2 thumbs up and a pen.
2 way thumbs up,
Yep.
right?
Things are looking good.
That came out much better than I thought it was going to do.
Nice.
Yes. Secrets. Let's get started with Knobs. What you been playing?
All right. Well, obviously, Monday Night Game Night. Might start out the show as usual.
MNGN.
Per the usual. Yeah. So it was another brutal night of Left 4 Dead on Monday night. It was real back and forth. You know, struggle.
That's the Peggle sequel.
Yep.
struggling to find out, like, one team would be up, then we close the gap, then we kind of take the lead a little bit, then we go down.
Sorry, the Hannah started laughing. I can't help myself.
Hey, it was a tuggle to hold your composure.
Oh, son, you playing that Tuggle?
Yeah, son. Tuggle. Yeah, we played Dead Center. It came down to, as usual, for the finale to be the deciding map.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped them with 3 cans. I was like, all right, man. We played Dead Center, the mall. And I was like, all right, we got 3 cans. I think we have it in the bag. Things couldn't have went much worse.
On the field of battle.
It was horrendous. We only got 1 can in, and when we got wiped.
I feel like what would go really well with the videos that you guys shoot every week is that guy who used to do the NFL narrations. It's like on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Oh, it's the NFL Phil guys.
Yeah, I think you'd be like
Lil Sabo or something.
Yeah. In the dead center. That's...
And then you have someone come in with the follies of us just making terrible and poor decisions. Namely, I'm in front of most of them.
Dramatic reenactment.
Where
oh no! I think there is a spitter.
Like, I don't know how many times I get out far ahead, and I'm like, boom, 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 and I get everything clear off, and I turn around, and I'm like, oh.
Everyone's dead.
Everyone is way behind me, and then I gotta fight my way back to them, then I fight back out in front, and I turn around, and I'm like, oh.
Guys.
But you know what? It's a blast. It is an absolute riot.
Oh.
Come join us. I think we might have had 8 last week, so it was a good time.
Oh, we don't. I forgot to put it in the show notes this week, but Valve's going to be making a lot of 3 announcements soon. I think everyone assumes one of them is going to be the
L33?
the Steam box, but I would like one of those to be Left 4 Dead 3.
I do too.
It'll make me a happy man.
That'd be awesome.
Because even right now, I cannot believe how much mileage I personally have gotten out of this game.
Another $60 for Left 4 Dead game? Sure.
That's an investment. At this point, I'm down to fractions of a penny for what I paid.
Yeah.
Of how much I've
Pennies
actually
on the
paid.
dollar, Left 4 Dead.
That's right. Fractions. We're doing quintuples of the penny. I got into a little bit of DOA grudge match with my good old friend Hoika, 7-hender over in Germany.
DOA 5 Ultimate or Vanilla?
Ultimate.
Oh yeah.
It was our first foray into fighting each other.
Our first proper play-in in the DOA 5 U.
First way, I was 12 for 17 against them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Rough.
And I'm telling you what, the new characters, oh man, Rachel is a tank.
Yeah, I've heard she's pretty serious.
She is ridiculous.
Does she have a hammer?
No, she doesn't need a hammer. She's got these meat hooks for hands. Like air throws.
It's like Lana
huge,
punching
devastating combos. One difference we did notice, the gravity is a little floatier, kind of open yourself up to juggling, which I think plays more into the virtual fighter characters than it does the DOA. But it seems like everyone's a little more bouncy.
Yeah.
Not bouncy, but you know,
Not like Dead or Alive bouncy.
no, yeah, not like it's not She Kicks High bouncy.
It's not what's your age? 99. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
wax on, wax off tatas, but whatever. Yeah, so we played that for a good solid hour in grudge match, and we had some ridiculous fights. I hope there's a way I can actually share the one because I had no business winning either one of these fights, none at all. Like they were just comebacks where everything he threw at me, I just caught.
Nice.
Nice.
And he's like, stop it. It was a good time. Hoiko, it was a blast. I love it. I love playing with him because he plays like how we play.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different from everyone else's experience fighting online because most people are going to pick an offensive heavily character or a player that they can really exploit the throw game. But
we're doing random all day.
Right, but if we do random, I mean, defense is so important in that.
Oh, yeah.
And being offensively minded as you're playing defense is just
Yeah,
my
otherwise
favorite
you're
thing
just
in that
picking up
game.
Rachel every time.
Well, yeah, Rachel. Yeah, I don't think Rachel can be stopped. You can only hope to contain her. No, I'm serious. I played with her the first time, and I was pulling off like 5-6 hit juggle combos, and I'm like, she is unfair. Like this is my first time playing with her, and I've managed to figure out 5 or 6 combos that are just like half a life bar.
Jeez.
Like timed up really well, and she fights differently from all the other heavies too. And she is huge. I mean,
That's a big lady.
I'm not gonna lie. I think she's taller than Bass
Wow.
in heels. It has to be in heels. Maybe flat-footed. They might be eye to eye, like
Maybe.
but it is, it's a good time. Got into some Gears of War 3 Horde mode. Late night, a couple chat problems and whatnot
Little
going on.
Horde after dark.
It was great. I tell you what, unlimited bullets and hot load with the Lancer is just the best combo ever.
It's just a lot of fun.
Brumax cannot stand a chance.
Nope. Brumax can't stand your hotness.
And we were playing so good, even the, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called.
Locust?
The Berserkers.
Oh, yeah.
The Berserkers weren't even a threat. We were so on point with them.
That's what I like about Hot Load, is you don't have to scramble around for grenades or a flamethrower or something. You're just like, oh, I got this. Blat.
Well, no, we had Donnie run around. Donnie loves the Scorcher. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
The only person I know that ever loved that weapon is Donnie. So there's a Scorcher. Every round, is there a Scorcher around? There's a Scorcher?
Hey, have you guys seen the Scorcher?
Yeah, where's the Scorcher? I didn't see a Scorcher yet. I was like, dude, it's wave number 1.
Just scratching his neck, like, huh, Scorcher, where? I gotta get taste.
I need
Papa needs a Scorcher.
I need the juice. But it was a fantastic time. I can. That's another one. That's like a Left 4 Dead 2 for me. Like we can hop in and play Horde, just like we never left playing the game.
Yeah.
Like it takes maybe a round. It takes a round maybe to get your bearings back a little bit, but other than that, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Speaking of fantastic games, I had Diablo 3 in my hand and GTA 5.
Okay.
Ooh.
Coin flip went to GTA 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've been playing that. How many hours are you in?
I'm about 20 hours in.
Oh my god! I'm like 5 hours in. I thought I was doing okay.
I can't stop. This game, all right. Not only is it not the game that I expected it to be, because I was expecting the proposal that I threw out last week. If it's that game, I would love this game unabashedly.
Right.
So I didn't research the character names until I got back to my house after I bought it.
Right.
So I was like, all right. Well, let's see what this has. And it hops you right into that first heist, and it was a really good bank robbery.
Yeah, what I liked about the intro is it's in such a different area than GTA games typically are. So it really isn't a spoiler since it's literally the first 5 minutes of the game. But it looks like the backwoods of Wisconsin. Like it's
Oh,
this
nice.
really like slushy, snowy, like half muddy area, and you're in
yeah.
a bank heist in this area. It's
And
fantastic.
especially once you get out there, like I felt like I was running around Fargo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was crazy.
Well, they start you in the bank, and once you get out, you're like my expectations was, oh, I'm going to be in the middle of Los Santos,
The city,
and
yeah.
you get out, and you're in the backwoods of wherever. You're just like, well, wait, what? Where? What game is this?
But yeah, my honestly right now my only complaint of the game is why does the text have to be so small?
Thank God I'm not the only one. This was this moment where I'm like, okay, now I'm an old man because they
I felt that way too.
they were putting tutorials up, and I'm in my couch. I'm like, you can hit the button to. I can't. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
tutorials
like-
gone. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like looking at it, I was like, is that a left stick or
Yeah, is that a
or is it
bumper? I don't-
directional pad? I,
Is that someone's name? It's and the problem is the font's really small and really thin.
it's fuzzy too. It's fuzzy.
Yeah.
So like I literally got off of my chair and went up and I was like, what is?
I pulled a chair up in front of my couch. So,
Nice.
I still couldn't read it, and at that point I gave up. I'm like, oh,
well, I guess
Like
don't know how to do this.
well, no, the one that got me for probably 15 minutes was the tow truck.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
remember how to move the hook up and down. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hitting I'm like button mashing the whole controller. Nothing's happening. I'm like,
So, someone at work reminded me that all those tutorial messages are put in the in-game log in the start menu, which has helped me incredibly.
Nice.
But- yeah, but
But the
I've
font's
never-
still small in there.
Yeah,
so-
I've never
Oh,
gone
that's a
back
shame.
to it. Like reading text messages that pop up on the left hand side of
No,
the screen. Like,
impossible.
Why? Why does it got to be white on back
Yeah.
background? I'm
Michael
like,
wants me
come
to
on.
do something, and now it's gone. I only got like
Yeah.
3 words.
Yeah, then I pull up your phone and it's just as bad.
Yeah.
I'm like throwing my hands up. Like I just want to know what's going on.
I just want to read your texts.
You want to hang out? Fine, I'm cool with that.
You know, I think the first night I got that game home, I played, I think about an hour. I was really enjoying it. And yesterday, after I got home from work, I played probably about 4 more hours or so, and I played another hour or so this morning.
Nice.
Have you met Mr. Phillips yet?
Yes, that's the part that I just got done doing his first mission. So I got through
haven't met.
I think the part where the game really turned on me, like I really like Franklin and Michael as main
Yeah.
characters. I really like Franklin and Lamar. Their sort
Yeah.
of back and forth that they always have. A lot of really amazing, very funny lines that I will never be able to repeat.
Yes.
yeah.
I really like Franklin as a general character. I kind of like Michael because, you know, the problem that we had with GTA 4 was that Nico kept saying, "Well, I've come to America. I want to get rid of the old life." Oh, you want to go shoot these 50 guys? Yeah, I can do that.
Yes, sir. I can do it.
Yeah, these people actually feel like they're supposed to be doing what they're doing.
No,
You know-
they're unapologetic of the lives that they've chosen.
Yeah, Franklin has had a life on the streets that he's trying to get away from by doing these things, admittedly. Michael is just sort of a washed up gangster who's sort of getting back into the life, and Trevor's just insane. So it you know, there's that I hate, you know, the hot term is ludonarrative dissonance. But I feel like there isn't any of that this time, where it's not like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. 4 stars. You know, like
No, that's the one thing that I haven't found myself. Like I haven't felt drawn into a path, and I feel like I've been funneled into this storyline, and I'm loving every minute of it.
I mean,
Like-
the thing that I did this morning that I was really excited about doing was my first heist, and I won't spoil it for anyone. But you know, a lot of people the thing that I thought was really great is they give you so many choices along the way, where it's like, how do you want to do this, A or B? Who do you want to
Yeah.
hire for this position, 1, 2, or 3? And it's really, I messed up the first heist because I made a wrong decision when hiring someone.
Ooh, who's you mess up hiring?
The gunman, because I went in
Oh,
quiet.
he's worthless.
Well, yeah, but
All it does is increases your cut.
yeah, which would have been nice, but whatever.
Yeah.
but like at the end of it, that felt like a proper GTA mission. That's one of those things where you can go and you can say, "Oh man, I did this sweet thing, and then we did this, and then oh man, this stuff happened, and I destroyed all this stuff," and like that feels like GTA to me. Like you get prepped for this big thing, and then you go do this big thing that has not really consequences for the decisions you've made, but it's this big event, you know.
Well, I think you're kind of glossing over the best part of what made that first heist and really set the game apart for me personally, was it just wasn't, here's your mission, here's the pieces you got to get, go do it. It was, no, you have to go to the location, scout it out.
Yeah, totally.
And get all your ducks in a row before you head out that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're really prepping. You know, I sort of don't want to spoil it too much for people that just started playing.
Well, no, but you felt familiar with the area you were trying to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you hit it.
Yeah, yeah. Like once you actually get in the heist, you're like, they say, "Oh, go do this thing." I know where that is. I got it.
Yeah.
You know, I've already scouted the area. I know exactly what to do here.
They get better from there. No spoilers, but they get better. Like if you think that thing was tied up in a nice little bow, it's oh.
You know, I've really, I expected to enjoy this game, but I didn't really expect to like it nearly as much as I thought, because I was coming into it expecting GTA 4 Part 2, where the shooting sucks, the driving sucks, the story kind of sucks. You know, and it's like everything, but the driving is really great. It's a little looser than I think I would like, but kind of in a fun way, where it's like, I took this turn a little too fast while I'm doing a 180. Awesome.
Yeah.
The shooting's great. You pop out of cover, you're aiming at a dude, you pull the trigger, they're probably dead. So it's a little bit like a shooting gallery, but I kind of don't care, because it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, the shooting isn't the point of that game. It's the situation that the game is in, which I think is one that sets it apart from 4 immediately, is you're making these decisions, and these scenarios are all playing out as they would in the world.
Yeah.
Not just because some guy told you to go kill 30 gangbangers.
Yeah. And the game, there's so much to do, and the world is just unfathomably huge. I mean, I know I've only seen, you know, a couple of blocks of it. I just switched to Trevor, so we're in...
You're in Sandy Shores?
An eerily accurate high desert area. But it's just... It's massive. It runs pretty well. I mean, it's not 30 frames locked. Every once in a while you run into an area where it hitches a little bit, but not as much as you'd expect for an area like this.
I mean, I'm playing it on the 360, and I am stunned how well this game looks.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocked.
I mean, there was one moment where I went to do Lester's first mission, and at some point you're in the middle of this downtown area, and I just took a minute to pan around and look at these giant skyscrapers and this ocean and these mountains off in the distance, and just took a minute spinning myself around for a second to see if I could break the engine, and it really didn't.
Yeah,
and I
tried that too.
That was pretty impressive, where I'm just like, that's like a 100-story building over there that has reflections on all the windows, and just sort of like, yeah, whatever.
Well, even looking at that, there's one safe house that actually has a telescope that you can actually look into the city with.
Oh, nice.
And it's unreal.
Yeah, the water looks great. Explosions look amazing. There's something about them.
The water is insane. Like the break in the foam off of the salt water. I've never seen it captured so amazingly well.
Yeah,
it's
really impressive. I mean, it's a bummer that it's not on PC or next gen consoles, because I think if you could get that game looking that good, or even a little bit better, but running at 60 frames, that would be... I'm sure it'll come out on PC, but...
You know what? I think it will come out for next gen, but it'll be like the complete edition with all the DLC or whatever they have planned.
I'd be okay with that.
But right now, I mean, I've been beelining it. I'm probably about 50% of the way through the story.
Yeah.
Not really doing any of the world stuff or instances, because I did one street race, and I literally almost broke my controller in half.
A lot of people are saying use Franklin
use it.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not Franklin, but you need to use your
Yeah, Franklin's special thing.
yeah, the adrenaline thing.
Yeah. I don't know what
I'm
it's
just
called.
watching. I'm just watching myself like
Flick,
the
flick,
sticks.
flick, 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 flick. Yeah, you know, we were talking about that this game a lot at work last week, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I am, and I'm very happy that it's a game, it's a GTA game that I actually legitimately like, and
Yes.
because I don't have to go to everybody and be like, well, I really don't like it because of X, Y, and Z, and then people are like, well, you're crazy and dumb.
Yeah.
So-
Well, the part that surprised me was I did not expect to have any draw to Franklin's character at all,
Right.
and he seems the most human out of all
Yeah,
these
he's
other
my
guys.
favorite character.
I just love Michael because he's so angry
Yeah.
all the time.
I really, you know, unlike a lot of GTA games, I really like the storyline and the characters. Typically, they're just, you know, avatars for the whatever craziness you're doing, or
Well,
someone
the
like
Carnage,
Nico,
yeah.
where it's sort of like, well, that's fine. I mean, the story's okay, but
Did
this,
you catch the name drop for Nico?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Pflux in chat asks, how does it compare to Saints Row 4? I think they're both fantastic.
It's as good in a totally different way.
Yeah. I mean, they're sort of two sides of the same coin. I mean, they're both
Yeah.
open world games, but this one is focusing on characters and storyline, and it seems like the build up to each heist is really the focus of the game. Where it's, all right, I just did all of these things. Now I have to go do all this stuff to prepare for this heist.
Oh, nice.
In
So
the
would you
way
say
that sorry, go ahead.
would you say it's comparable, like the build up to the assassinations in the first Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, that's a really good comparison because it's a lot of, you know, because of what you do in the story. Like the very first one, because of what you do in the story, you're gonna go do this heist, and
Okay.
they present you with all these different options of stuff you need to do, and they say, all right, because of these choices you made, here are a handful of missions to go do these things to prepare.
Okay.
Go off and go do those, and then once you're all set and once you're prepared, you know, like in Assassin's Creed 1, once you've got
Yeah.
the info where they are, once you got, you know, how they're weak, you know, what they look like, now you can actually go do the assassination. And this one is, you've prepped, now go do the heist and try not to mess it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
But I mean, at this point, like I don't feel the point of trying to rack up stars and just trying to deal with Carnage at this point in this game.
No.
Like I'm having way too much fun just trying to play the game as the game is.
Yeah.
And I feel like they made a really smart choice that throughout the missions that you're doing regularly, every once in a while, you'll just get the cops on your tail. And
Yeah.
they'll just say, like, hey, you got 4 stars? Figure out a way to get rid of this. And
That's kind of cool.
through the beginning of the game when they're tutorializing you, they give you enough instruction to say, hey, if you're going to lose the cops, try and do this, try and hide down an alley, try and go in a parking garage. Like, they give you enough tools so that when they give you a 3
Yeah.
or 4 star,
Switch
know-
cars.
yeah, stuff like that. You know, like you have the tools in your arsenal to go lose the cops without having to blow everything up.
Yeah.
That's
hey,
kinda
how about
cool.
you not drive a cement mixer around town and try and get away?
Yeah, pro
Just
tip.
throwing it out there.
Persona Golden Chat says breaking stuff almost feels wrong. The world is so good. I agree. I mean, it feels to me even like stealing cars and driving fast is sort of the limit of, like, I don't have to get out in a busy street and just pull out an AK and just blap, just, you know.
I don't have that urge at all. Like smacking people with a violator in Saints Row is just dumb fun for me. Just
Yeah.
watching people fly after I hit them with a thing.
Yeah, we can't really
But-
explain what that is, but
But it's shockingly good. Like just
Yeah.
it's shocking.
well,
Have you played any tennis yet or anything?
I played a little bit and it was fine.
No, you gotta get whatchamacallit, play tennis with Trevor because he's all dressed up like McEnroe
Oh, nice.
with the big headband and stuff. I went and played golf with Franklin,
Yeah.
and the golf. Oh my God, the golf! Because it's like it's only 9 holes, but
Okay.
you literally have to drive up to your ball, get out of the cart, hit your ball, get back in the cart, and
Awesome.
drive up the fairway. Like it's not like, oh, you just warp back into the cart and up to your next shot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man. You know what? What makes me so happy about GTA 5 is what made me really happy about Skyrim is it's as good a game as everyone thought the rest of the series was. You know, like
Yes.
people coming through and saying like Oblivion is, oh my God, it's amazing, and you play it and you're like, this is
This
what
no.
are you?
This is not
Did I
great.
get the wrong version of the game? Like, did
Yeah.
I get the one where it's broken all the time? Like, same with GTA 4. Everyone's like, oh my God, this story, this world, everything, and I was just like, I don't. But you know, with as GTA 5, as much as I did with Skyrim, getting into it, I'm like, people are saying all this stuff, and I'm just sort of like, I'm right there with
Yeah.
you. This is a hell of an experience.
The amazing thing that I've found so far is I haven't felt lost in this city yet.
Right.
Ooh, that's
It wasn't
interesting.
like Liberty City where I felt spun around
Yeah.
nonstop,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get my bearings or have maybe I just didn't play it enough to learn landmarks. But this one has very distinct landmarks,
Yep.
and I know I can find Michael's house without GPS.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
The only thing I have problems with is getting lost in Michael's house, but I can get
Yeah.
there pretty easily.
Yeah, that house isn't laid out very well.
No.
Nice.
Someone needs to call Schumacher Homes on that one.
Yeah.
But it's I didn't like I have a feeling like from playing this game that this is exactly how I felt playing Vice City or
Yeah,
GTA
exactly.
3 for the first time.
Yep. Where you're
Okay.
just like you're like looking around the world and you're playing this game where you're like, how did they do this and how can I not leave?
Right, and then that's the same thing. And as much as 4 turned me off, this is hitting every note that it's the game I wanted it to be,
Exactly.
which was hype I didn't think it had the possibility to live up to. And it's exceeded it at every turn.
Excellent.
Hate in chat says, I think that if you look at the progression and trajectory that's laid out by GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, Rockstar diverted to a more serious route in GTA 4, while Saints Row continued to explore the previous path of zaniness the GTAs were headed to. I think that's a really good point. I
Yeah.
feel like they sort of missed the mark. You know, we've talked a lot about GTA 4, but I think they missed the mark with the story in you know, making that transition between San Andreas and GTA 5. I feel like GTA 4 was sort of this weird middle ground where it's like, well, it's still a little zany and it's a little serious, but it doesn't do either one of them well enough. And GTA 5 does a serious story very well.
I think the problem with GTA 4 is I think it rested too much on what 3 did. And
Yeah.
they're expecting the player that's what they wanted to do
Like
again.
it was 3 Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like more to me playing 4.
Yeah.
This one felt like okay, I was beta tested through LA Noire, I was beta tested through Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, exactly.
And they picked all the goods and bads out of that and
They
sifted it
just
through
sort of polished it.
and polished it up and
Yep.
gave us 5, which is the game I personally, the game I was expecting 4 to be.
Exactly.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So good. Highly recommended at this point. So.
I haven't sat down and actually blitzed my way through a game like this because it's not that I'm just playing it to get through it. I'm playing it to see what happens next,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Okay.
that's how sharp and how on point the storyline is. And you're juggling 3 characters the whole time. Probably my favorite mechanic that this game has done so far is switching between main characters, where it pans up to the top of the city and then zooms back down onto where the other person is. And usually you catch them doing something stupid.
But yeah, they're just
Like,
in the
I
middle of
caught
their day.
I caught Trevor sitting on a corner taking notes on hookers. Like,
Yeah, one time I switched to Michael. It was really early in the morning, and he was just asleep behind the wheel in his driveway. And he wakes up and he's like, "What the hell?" I was like,
Yeah.
"This is great."
That's awesome.
I found him asleep on his pool, like face down on one of his things. Like, what? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Just-
go yell at my kids.
yeah, just hungover, half drunk. It's so
That sounds
good.
awesome.
What else? What else you been playing?
That's pretty much. I mean, that's been really consuming my time because that's
Yeah.
all I want to play right now. Like I'm like, if I'm not here, I'm thinking about playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hannah, what you got?
I got a fair few games, so let's start with the small stuff. I played a little bit more Luminous Electronic Symphony this week.
Nice.
And I can always pop that game on and just, oh,
It's a
look,
scary
2 hours
rabbit hole,
later.
man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's 2 hours later. Huh.
It's a succubus of free time.
Oh, it's dark
I'm
outside.
supposed, yeah, I'm supposed to do something today. All right, eat.
You're at the end of the
Yeah.
line on the train. You're like, oh, I missed like 2 hours of work. Okay.
What am I doing at the airport? What happened?
Yeah, right.
You must
Uh,
exit the train.
Yeah. I also played a little more Super Hexagon on my phone because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
another one where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna pop into that for 5 minutes. Where am I?
Yeah.
But I'm having a blast with that one. I'm trying to get through all the different difficulty levels. Man, that gets real serious about the second difficulty level. About 40 seconds in, it's like, okay, we're not gonna.
Okay, I've gone blind.
Yeah, yeah, you just have to sort of like zone out. Like, it's one of those games where if you are aware that you are, it's like if you're aware that you're playing the game, you're gonna
lost.
lose.
Yeah,
you
you've
have to
already
like
failed.
completely leave yourself. You have to be like, how did I do that? Like come back like 60, 70
into a
seconds later and be
trance.
like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've never really like successfully played that game while I'm like concentrating on it. It's always been like
You have to see the Matrix. There is
Yeah.
no spoon.
that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I also played a bit more Skyrim, but not as much as I would have liked. I'm still enjoying like the Conjuration stuff and like exploring that whole thing. I'm actually looking for a few more alteration spells where I can like levitate and stuff. Like I want to bring like that sort of thing back because I had it in Morrowind, and I got a lot of time playing around with that in Morrowind, and I'd love to do that in Skyrim. But I'm surprised I haven't found a mod that has that.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone in the forums or in the chat knows of any. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But the one game that I have been playing almost nonstop this week was Diablo 3 for 360.
Oh, yeah. I played a little bit. No, I played a lot more of that, actually.
Okay, so let's see. When did I buy this game? So I downloaded the demo like Monday or Tuesday, and I bought it like the day after I downloaded the demo. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm going to get it.
I should probably just get that.
Yeah, I'm 18 hours in.
Wow.
I am level
What?
23.
How far are you into which act are you on?
I'm in Act 2. I just got the crazy wizard's blood.
Yeah.
So I don't know how far I am.
You're,
But,
you're pretty close to the end.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Man, that game is... I can't find a thing wrong with it.
Did you play it
And
on
I-
PC originally?
I did, and I
Okay.
did not like it.
Oh, wow.
I was not a fan, because I have a thing against the whole click-to-move stuff. I find it extraordinarily old and poor design. Like, I think there's way better ways to handle it.
Yeah.
And they did it perfectly on 360.
So an
Like,
analog stick is your
direct
jam.
control. Yeah, direct control of that character feels way more immersive, way better than oh, click, he's gonna go there. Oh, I misclicked. I guess I can't pick up that item now.
Yeah.
Like that drives me nuts. Like, because it's just such an. It's not even that it's imprecise. It's like it's clumsy when
Right.
you're trying to click to move. I kind of wish there was a way to do the WASD in the PC version, but I don't remember. I don't remember it well enough. I played it for
It's been a while.
but I don't really want to play it on PC now because
Yeah.
the 60 version's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just everything about it's really well put together. The menu system is phenomenal. Like those radial menus for the gear and for the skills and for your followers' skills and all that stuff, it works incredibly well.
It's one of those things that's kind of hard to explain, but once you start using it, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, all right, I got it. You pick it up immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started out with a barbarian in the demo because the only classes you could play in the demo were barbarian and wizard, and I don't like being a glass cannon. Like, and I wasn't, because I remember playing Diablo 2, and I was like, it's kind of hard to keep your distance sometimes
Yeah.
until you get, better movement speed. I don't want to have to mess around with that, so I'm just gonna completely like go barbarian and not have to worry about dying ever.
Yeah.
And
Go
that
beast
is
mode.
Yeah.
yeah. Once I figured out how to select more than one skill from each tree, so like
Oh,
as you
elective mode?
unlock, yes,
Yeah.
once I figured
Yeah.
out how to turn that on, it made the game way better because
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, but I want that one and that one from like the
Yeah, why can't I
primary
have
tree.
both?
I wanted the single like targeted attack, and I wanted the cleave as
Yeah.
well. So I'm sitting here like, how come I can't do? But I want.
Just
Come on.
just let me do these things.
So pull out the phone, search it. Why can't I do this? Oh, turn on elective mode.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Thank
All
you,
right.
internet.
Yep. So turned on elective mode, and like I have not looked back
Yeah.
at all. Every time I level up and I get new skills, like I spend probably like 10, 15 minutes going, okay, what can I move here? Do I want
Can I
that
put this
skill? Do
rune
I
on
want
there?
that rune?
Yeah.
And it's really funny. So it turns into an absolute just I waste time. So I'm like, well, all right, let's equip this piece of equipment and see where my attack is at compared to my armor.
Yeah.
It's like I'm playing WoW again, and it's good and terrible at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit over halfway through Act 3.
Okay.
I think I've got less hours in it because I managed to get some really good drops at the beginning,
Nice.
and just kind of motored my way through the second act.
Okay.
But man, that game is it's so incredibly solid. I'm in the same boat. And it's so easy to sit down and just be like, oh, I'll play it for a little bit. Oh, 4 hours later. Okay.
Yeah.
Seem to have missed dinner.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's been an absolute blast. I could have probably progressed through the story a lot faster if I weren't absolutely OCD about exploring every single inch of every
I
single
love doing
map.
that.
Yeah.
I love it, but at the same
It's the
time,
only
like
way
I'm
to
sitting
play
there,
it.
I'm like, I feel like I have a problem because I have to do the perimeter and I have to map the edges.
That's what I
And
do. It's
then
like
I
building a puzzle. I do all the
Yeah,
edge
and
pieces
then I do
first.
the center.
Yeah. Well, my big thing is I really enjoy the challenge in those random dungeons that are just sprinkled around, especially if they have
Yes.
2 floors. Like
Yeah.
I like clearing out all the enemies on the first floor and then going to the second floor and fighting all those tougher sort of yellow bosses.
Yeah,
And
those
then
are
just
fun.
getting the loot and then just bouncing. Like those for some reason they remind me a little bit of the best parts of Diablo 1 and 2, where it's just here's a thing. Oh, it's an 8-level dungeon. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm here for the next
I
hour.
guess I'll do that. It just seems like it's kind of a really great version of Diablo 3.
It really is, and it's probably in like my top 3 of this year so far.
Yeah.
It's that good, and like I can't recommend it enough.
I'm really curious how the PS4 and Xbox One versions run.
Yeah,
I wonder if
that'd
those
be
are,
really cool.
are 60 frames, because this one's pretty capped at 30. It's pretty rock solid.
Yeah, I did notice that screen tearing that you mentioned last
Yeah.
week, but it seems to only be when you're in like a narrow corridor
Yeah.
and like there's a lot of like darker colors and like black on the screen. Then you see it. Other than that,
And it's pretty
I
minor.
haven't really noticed it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very minor. You're not even sure you saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The only- yeah,
it's
the
an
only reason-
artifact. You're like, what?
Yeah, it's like deja vu.
Yeah,
in the
was it
Matrix,
the same
you know?
cat or a different cat?
It's a floater.
Yeah.
Come over here.
Well, the only reason I noticed it initially is because it happened twice in a row. I was like, wait, what was that? And then it happened again while I was actively looking for it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think anyone's going to have any real problems with screen tearing in the
No,
game.
no.
But, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
I am already so, correct me if I'm wrong. I have been leveling blacksmithing like it's nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
I am at level 4. It won't let me level up to level 5 because I need to collect things in the higher difficulties.
Yeah, you need to collect those blacksmith pages, which I think
Okay.
drop in Act 4 of... You're probably playing normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop rarely in Act 4 of normal, and then drop more regularly on Inferno is the next one? Question mark?
Sure.
The
I'm
next
not
difficulty.
Okay. That's what I figured, because I'm at like level 30, like tiers of gear, and I'm only at level 23.
Yeah, it seems like they made they made a lot of improvements that they patched into the PC version.
Hmm.
Leveling up the blacksmith is way cheaper. Making stuff
Yeah.
in the blacksmith is way cheaper. Combining gems is reasonably priced now instead of being,
Yeah.
oh, you want to combine 2 gems? It's like 1,500 gold. It's like, well, I
Yeah,
don't.
next thing you know, you're
It's
broke.
like 10 gold now.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a literal handful of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just came across the dude who combines the gems free, and I did a bunch of that. I spent probably a half hour like unsocketing and
Yeah,
combining.
I did too. I'm like, oh, finally, I got Shan
Yeah,
back. Now I can do some of this stuff.
yeah. It was. I was sitting there like, oh man, I remember because in World of Warcraft, when jewel crafting came out,
Hmm.
that was the profession that I picked up, and I like max leveled that.
Oh yeah.
And it just reminded me, I was like, oh yeah, you gotta cut the gems. And like, oh, I wish I could do it myself.
Yeah. Let me just get in there, guy.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just
I'm a
give me-
professional.
Yeah. Tink 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 tink.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week. And if we could roll this along so that I could get back, that'd be great.
All right. Well, that's a good thing then, because I've only played Hearthstone this week, other than Diablo 3 and GTA 5, since I've been working forever this week. And Hearthstone continues to still be really good. I have sort of I started playing ranked matches last week and a half ago, something like that.
Okay.
And I'm starting to face a lot of stiffer competition now. Now that I've gotten up to like the second tier. So I've spent a lot of time redoing my decks to be a lot more complementary. Because I ran into this dude. I was playing a paladin or a shaman, I think. And he had this. There's certain types of cards have the type of monster that they are on them. So there's one chain of cards that are all Murlocs that have a little Murloc. It's at the bottom. It said Murloc. So
Nice.
you have this family of Murloc cards,
Very nice.
and of course they make the sound when you drop them on the board.
They have
um,
to. What would be the point otherwise?
Yeah, really. But there's this one card that I didn't fully understand how powerful it could be because all the Murlocs are really weak.
Okay.
They all have like 1 health, 2 attack, or 2 health, 1 attack. But
Okay.
there's one card that says it increases its health and damage by 1 for every Murloc card that's on the board, and it increases
Okay.
it by 2 plus 2 plus 2 if it eats another Murloc card. So this dude was like throwing down Murlocs, and I wasn't really paying attention. And he threw
Yeah.
down this card, and next thing you know, I have a Murloc that has 8 damage on it and 12 health. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay. And since they're a paladin, they had a card that matches their damage to their health. So I have a Murloc now that's hitting me for 12. And I'm just like, okay,
Oh.
well,
That's brutal.
you start out with 30 health, so I guess I'm going to lose this one.
That reminds me of slivers in Magic the Gathering,
Oh, yeah.
where you just have like, okay, you have like all these 1/1s, and they all do different. Oh, but it does each thing to all of them. Oh,
And you're like, oh, I'm boned.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really great because there's what I always felt about Magic is when someone would get on a tear like that, you just
Yeah.
throw your hands up and you're like, well, I can't, whatever. But in Hearthstone, you always have a way around it.
Yeah,
You can
that's
always
good.
get a card. If you build your deck intelligently enough, you have a card that will destroy. Like one of my favorite cards is destroy an enemy minion that has more than 7 attack. So you just
okay.
pop that thing down. That thing has 12 attack. Get on out of here. Or
That's
return
nice.
a card to the. What I didn't understand for a while was there's a bunch of cards that will return either one of your cards to your hand or return an enemy's card to the hand. And I was
Yeah.
just like, why would I want to do that? Until you start getting to some of these cards that are 8 or 9 mana.
Yeah.
Pop that thing down. They threw it in there, spent their entire pool, threw it back in their deck, and say, well, if you want it again, you gotta spend your entire pool again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and are there any cards that have abilities that trigger when they hit the board?
Yeah,
'Cause
those
that's
are
also another
called
good reason.
battle cries. So there's
Okay.
battle cries. There's like 4 different types. Battle cry, which is it does something when you throw it on the board. Death rattle, which is it does something when you get killed.
Okay.
Taunt, which means anybody on the other side of the board has to attack that card and
Ooh.
destroy it before they can get to anything else.
Okay.
And the other one is Enrage, which is when the card gets hit, it does something.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different options. It's like the more I play it, what I really love about it is the more I play it, the more little stuff I start picking up on. And it's like, man, I got to go change my deck because that dude did something freaking cool, and now I gotta take
Yeah, I
that
gotta
into
figure
account
out.
too. Yeah, like
Yeah.
how do I do that? Or
How do
really,
we counteract it? Yeah.
yeah, like how do I counteract it? How do I do that? Like can I do that with my so far my favorite class is the hunter, because it's focused on minions and beasts and traps and stuff like that, like the
Yeah.
hunter class is in WoW, which is another really great thing that each of the classes feels like the class in WoW because
Okay.
they all have distinct cards to them. So you have this
Yeah.
shared pool of cards across all heroes. But, the hunter is all about traps and monsters. The paladin is all about, consecration and all that stuff. The priest use power word shield. Like all this stuff
Yeah.
that you expect out of that really make them all distinct. It's really great. I can't stop playing it.
Yeah.
That's my problem right now.
Man, if that ever breaks into the physical space, that could challenge Magic the Gathering for
Yeah.
just because of the built-in fan base it has.
Well,
It's like, oh, there's a new World of Warcraft card game, got to do it.
Well, that's what I thought was really interesting because I thought it was strange that this game would compete with the existing WoW TCG
Yeah,
until they killed it,
yeah.
like a couple
'Cause
weeks ago.
I played it once or twice, and it was not great.
Yeah,
It was really just sort of like a slap. I don't even know if it was slapdash. I think it was just poorly implemented, and I think they were
Yeah.
trying to avoid being too much like Magic the Gathering, but
right.
it's borderline impossible at this point. So
Yeah.
you may as well embrace it.
yeah. Well, and I think the real turning point for this game, the PC version's fine. I played a lot on my Mac. That version's fine. When it comes out for real, and they come out with the iPad version, I
Yeah.
think that's the turning point because
For
you can
sure.
just knock a game out 5 minutes anywhere. So
Nice.
I think that's gonna be really
Anywhere.
important. Anywhere.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But that's all I've been playing, other than the other two games we already talked about and love. So let's take a break.
Cool.
Great. That was a good week, man.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought we would kind of come in and be like, yeah, GTA 5, I played a little bit of it's all right. And after, even in my first hour, I was like, this game is great. I like this game.
The entire time I've been playing it, I've been like, I cannot believe this is this good.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I'm sitting there thinking, I kind of love this game.
Well, what makes me sad too is I never played the expansions for GTA 4, which apparently were really, really good. And
So I keep hearing, and I want to pick those up.
well,
too.
and there's some Lost in the Damned stuff in GTA 5, and I'm like, I'm missing some of this stuff.
Isn't that what the meth guys are?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course they are.
And I'm just sort of like, man, I'm missing some of this stuff that, I sort of wish, because I recognize one of the guys from Lost in the Damned, but I don't know enough about him to know anything.
Yeah.
Well, I like how a lot of it has stayed, in their universe that they have created, and it's God, it's good.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to tell people, like I don't know how many times I've been sitting at a party, I take my mic off because I'm paying attention to what's going on in the game. I can't tell you the last time I've done that.
Yeah. P-Flux in chat says, and I have to wait for it to come out on PC before I can buy it. The rumor lately has been that it's in beta on PC. If that game comes out on PC, that will be the place to play that. Because if you can play that thing at 60 frames,
If it
my
comes-
face will melt off.
Yeah.
To
You
me-
might as well reach to the screen and grab you.
yeah.
If it comes out on PC, I think that's a really strong indicator that it's gonna end up on the next gen systems eventually.
There was an interview with someone over at Rockstar, Dan Houser maybe, one of the heads, where someone asked him, "Hey, is this game coming out to Xbox One and PS4?" And they didn't necessarily say no, but they basically said, "Well, we're only working on one game and one version of a game at a time." And he
Yeah.
said if we were working on the next game while we're working on this game, then that would be a bummer for everyone in the studio. That's just not how we do business.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, maybe they're
The
working
way
on PC now.
the way I
knows?
gotta see it's gonna happen because hell, Bully came out on a 360.
Hell, GTA 3 and Vice City came out on Xbox on the original Xbox. Almost
Yeah.
said
Yes.
Xbox One. But those came out on the original Xbox. So there's no. I mean, Knobs, I think you're probably right. If
Yeah.
they come out with DLC, which I'm sure they will, then I could see them being like GTA 5 Game of the Year Edition, also on PS4 and Xbox One for the first time.
Yeah.
And
That's
this game has
the way to
already
do it.
had its no Russian moment for me later on in the game,
Oh.
where makes you do something you do not want to do.
Well, and the
Okay.
other thing I forgot to mention too is that GTA Online isn't even out yet. That didn't come
Yep.
out for like a week and a half.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
holy
that's
crap.
right.
Yeah, it's just I can't wait to get into it and shoot some golf with some guys.
Yeah.
Like just
Nice.
it's so much fun. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. I'm just shocked.
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
I'm in the bathroom. Why are you being nuts? Huh? Okay, come on. Just sit. Just sit. Sit.
All right. Just an upside down dog. Hey to everyone in chat. Looks like we got some new peeps joining us this week.
Say hi, Boomer.
Just love the one paw.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Wake
Just,
up, you so crazy.
just a happy puppy. Hate in chat asks, whatever happened to Ryan? Have you guys ever said and I just missed it? He wasn't really able to be on the show enough for me to keep him around. No malice or anything. It's just with him starting a new job and being further enough away and not really having the time to do it, it wasn't. Too many people were looking forward to him being on the show pretty often, and it wasn't working out schedule wise.
You could just lay like this, like all day.
Hayden Chat says, understandable, just wondering it was a little inconsistent. That was really the problem. I like having a team of 3 people that are always there every week. That way you get to sort of know our taste. So if we say that we love Diablo 3, and you're like, well, I don't like any games that they like, so that's probably a hot turd. Then, you at least know that. I'm freaking out, man. Great.
Oh, yeah, that. Not everyone can be as reliable as me, I guess.
Who's your baby puppy? Lick. This is a Mexican standoff here. Who licks who first? He's just gonna go to sleep, isn't he?
Yeah.
So romantic. Should we be watching this?
Ow. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Holy crap.
Oh, God.
Oh, right in the face.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to review that one on the tape. Oh.
Good times.
Yes. Okay.
Well, it wasn't... Alright, so I was playing GTA 5 earlier in the week, and every time I looked at Boomer was in a different spot staring at me. Like, it was like one of those moments like out of a horror movie where the doll keeps moving around the room.
Yeah, we're just like, jeez, oh, God.
Well, he started off like he was on this side of the TV. Just, boom, just intense.
Just
And then... Next thing I know, he's over on the couch, over like off this side, like
sitting there, just like, what's up, dog?
yeah. And
What are
then
you
he's
doing?
He's on the other side of the TV. Boom, he's around the couch in the corner, just staring at me. And then he's like right when he gets like right here on the armchair. That I'm like, what the?
It's like when I roll over in the middle of the night and I look at the cat and she's just staring at me like a creeper, and I'm just like, how long has this been going on?
Yeah.
What is this? What's happening? Am I dead?
Like he's just like poof.
just in that amazing unmovable way that dogs can do.
Yeah. You move them, but then another part
ears.
of their body just kind of ends up in the same spot somehow.
Weird.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there a bruise forming yet?
Nah, it's still looking good.
Oh, Samson like jumped up and headbutted me, and here it actually knocked me down. I'm like, oh,
You bastards.
what did you do?
All right.
I thought for sure I was gonna have a big bruise, like
big
right
old
here.
knot. All right, I'm ready to start whenever you guys are, since we have a lot of games to get back to.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's kick this.
Alright, you guys ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases for the week of September 23rd, 2013.
Oh yeah.
FIFA 14 for the 360, PS3, and Vita.
Coming out later on PS4 and XBO.
Yeah, that's right. And Pro Evolution Soccer 14, because that has come out at the same time, for the PlayStation 3 and 360. Fun little game, Scribble Knots Unmasked for the thirds.
That one's interesting. I forgot about this with their partnership with DC.
Yeah.
So basically, you get to have all the DC superheroes in this game, along with all the crazy Supernauts, the regular Scribblenauts craziness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Armored Core Verdict Day for the PlayStation 3 and 360. I didn't know they're still making these.
Apparently, the last one was kind of a hot mess, so I don't... Normally, I'd be like, ooh, alright, good on you, making more Armored Core, but...
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Now, question about the Armored Core series. Is that's turn-based strategy, right?
No.
No.
Not
Third-person mech.
third-person mech
okay.
shootery thing.
Okay. That's a shame. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
Kind of wonky controls.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
PlayStation Classics Mark of Kree Choose Your Way to Attack game for the PlayStation 2.
I never played that game. I'm thinking about maybe just knocking it out.
I heard
They
good
had
things about it back in
I
the
had
day.
some of my favorite marketing. I played a little bit of Market Creek. Oh no, I played a lot of Rise of Kasai. I think was the
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
second.
the
yeah.
sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's where it had
Yeah.
like those it had awesome marketing like in real life, and all of a sudden you saw the little star X circle square like just
Yeah,
pop over. Which
I
one do you
forgot
want to
about
attack
that.
first?
Man, that was good. All right, moving on to news stories. Let's start out with the biggest bummer of this week by far. Hiroshi Yamauchi dead at 85. This gentleman, for those that don't know, was the president of Nintendo from 1949 to 2002. He was instrumental in Nintendo changing from being a playing card company to being a video game company. So this is the guy
Yeah,
that was heading the company from a 100-year-old company making trading cards in Japan to being the international video game juggernaut that it is
Yep.
today.
Thank
Yep.
you for Donkey Kong, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Thank you.
So, R.I.P. Good sir.
Mm-hmm.
Next news story here: Diablo 3's auction house shutting down on PC. The last day for it is March 18th, 2014. Blizzard released this really weird video of some of the leads on the Diablo 3 team talking about it. But in the press release, they also said, quote, "When we initially designed and implemented the auction houses, the driving goal was to provide a convenient and secure system for trades. But as we mentioned on different occasions, it became increasingly clear that despite the benefits of the AH system and the fact that many players around the world use it, it ultimately undermines Diablo's core gameplay: kill monsters and get cool loot." End quote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put simply, yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear. I know a lot of people are sort of rallying and saying we were right. Yeah, they did screw it up. Woo! And it's like, well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, if the auction house was still there and they would have changed the loot system to be how it is on console, probably wouldn't have really been a problem. It would have just been a shortcut to people that were impatient.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest problem with Diablo 3 that I think the auction house was the scapegoat for was it wasn't worthwhile continually running through the game to get better loot because the loot wasn't really there.
Yeah.
So who knows what the real core problem of it is, but at least the marketable problem is being removed. So hopefully. Next news story: the PS3 library to come to PS4 via Gaikai in 2014.
Excellent.
We all sort of called this, but
It all
Sony's,
came full circle.
yeah, Sony's saying that they're definitely doing this sometime in 2014, coming to PS4, the Vita, and Vita TV. So
It's gonna be so awesome.
that's a really good move to bring it to all three of. I mean, you sort of expect the PS4, but for it to come to Vita and Vita TV, that
Amazing.
makes the Vita TV even more attractive
Yes.
because you have a $100 PS3 then. That's and I think it's going to be a really good choice because I feel like with how popular the 360 was during this generation, I feel like a lot of people may have missed out on a lot of the gems that the PS3 had. You know,
Yeah.
Last of Us, the Uncharted series, Journey. You know, a lot of really, really great games that now they'll be able to go back to play and probably play for pretty reasonably priced, and hopefully the PlayStation Plus subscription will extend to the Gaikai service as well.
Yeah.
That would be great. You know, like play Uncharted 3 for free this month.
That
That
would be an
really cool.
absolute. That would be an absolute slam dunk.
I wouldn't even mind if the Gaikai service itself was, I don't want to say like a separate subscription, but like just bundled in with like the PS Plus somehow.
Or have an option.
Yeah.
Well,
Like almost like if it was a Netflix style thing, instead of like you have
Sure.
to buy the individual games, like you get access to the library.
Sure, or rent games for a little bit. What I
Yeah.
really hope is someone mentioned this on Reddit a while ago, and I think I brought it up on the show once. When Gaikai goes into service, if you have the PS3 disc, pop it into your PS4 and fire it up in Gaikai, and it says, "Oh, all right, you already own, or at least you're borrowing The Last of Us.
Yeah.
You can go play it in the cloud."
Yeah. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
that. I think I saw something, I couldn't tell you where, that said they were trying to do something like that.
So
It was
that's
probably
that's our
Reddit.
next news story: the PS3 to PS4 upgrade plan detailed. So Sony's coming out, and the whole big thing lately has been, oh, you pre-ordered something on PS3, $10 more, you can get it for PS4. Woo!
Yeah.
So Sony's doing something a little bit differently. There's a collection of games for the launch of the PS4 that are also coming out on PS3. If you buy those games on PS3, it comes with a download code inside. Redeem that code on the PlayStation Store, pay $10, pop on over to your PS4, download that game for free. So for the price of the PS3 version plus $10, of course you can just buy the PS4 version. But
Yeah.
you know, if you're waiting to get a PS4 or you want to play it on both for some reason, I don't know.
Who knows?
You totally can, and that thing, once you go and download it on PS4, you pop in your PS3 disc into your PS4, and it says, all right, you've got this disc, you got the code, you got the download, everything is good. It's even easier with the download version of the game. You just download it to your SEN account, and then just play it on whatever. If you want to play it on
Nice.
PS4, pay the $10 more, great, download it there.
That's cool.
So, great,
I'm
really
interest-
great choice.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they do anything with like cloud saves going between the versions as well.
Yeah, a lot of people were wondering that. Like, if you start playing it on the PS3 for a little bit, and then, oh, I got a PS4 because I need to have this thing. It's really, yeah, that's the cat in the background. I heard the PS4 is hot, and all my friends have it. Do you have to start back over? Like, you're 20 hours in Assassin's Creed 4. Do you have to start back over? Does it load your cloud version? I think there's a little bit of details there to be hashed out, but
Yeah.
if anything, whatever, $10 more, you get it on a supposedly better platform. So,
Yep.
whatever.
This thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really smart choice.
Yep.
On the other side of the coin, Microsoft says you can put your Xbox One vertically, quote, at your own risk, end quote. So, maybe don't do that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Question mark?
I don't understand why people put them vertically in the first place.
I haven't done it since my PS2 didn't even live vertically.
My PS2 lives vertically only because I found the stand for the small PS2.
Oh, nice.
I actually have that stand.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I don't have room in an entertainment center to put things vertically because entertainment centers have you put everything horizontally.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I have seen what happens to an Xbox disc when that vertical Xbox goes like this mid-game.
Yep, and just choose that disc up.
Not pretty.
No.
I don't know why you would want to. I mean, I guess there might be some reason, like you want to stack like 12 systems right in a row and you've got the room. Whatever.
I guess, but I mean, it's sort of like saying, "Oh, Denon, you won't let me put my my mixer on its side? How dare you?" And it's like,
Yeah.
Well, you can do
no.
it.
I mean,
Why?
like, I don't think you understand what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Next news story, Sony encouraged by the Western response to the Vita TV. They say they're very happy with the Western response for Vita TV, but it'll still be launching first in Japan. They bring up a really interesting point. House from Sony says, quote, "There's no existing competitor in the region for the device, whereas streaming media boxes in the West are more commonplace." I thought that was really interesting because, to me, that sounds like a Vita extender, but
Yeah.
to them, it's a streaming device that also does Vita extending. So I thought, and I guess I really didn't realize that there aren't a lot of streaming devices available in Japan for like, you sort of expect. This dog is staring at us, super creeper.
That's what I mean. That's what I had to deal with.
He's just sitting there, just like, "What's up? What are you guys doing?" I figured, with how ubiquitous Netflix streaming is in the U.S. and in Canada, I thought that would be something that happens everywhere, but I guess not. So weird, but hopefully we get it over here because that thing is pretty cool. Just like
Yeah.
that staring dog is pretty cool.
Yep.
And the last news story this week is so dumb and so ridiculous. I usually don't report things that happen on the news, but this is so insane and stupid. I have to. 3 men impersonate police officers to cut the GTA 5 midnight launch line. So listen to this. Listen to this GTA-style heist that these guys pull off. 3 men purchased an old police car from an auction and installed a lights and sirens pack.
Okay.
Don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it's sort of...
Yeah, it's the bar on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a digital emitter for the sound.
Yeah. They
Okay.
dressed up as police officers with fake badges and went to the Staten Island Mall's GameStop. Mall security offered them coffee, and GameStop management thanked them for showing up to offer more security. So they had already flashed their badges at this point. Everyone's like, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. Why don't you guys go help with this midnight launch?" After
Nice.
they flashed their badges again, they were sent to the front of the line at the midnight release, purchased copies of the game, and left. So far, getting away with it.
Yeah.
They were caught by a real undercover officer in an unmarked car when they made an illegal U-turn in front of him.
Oh my
They
god!
almost made it home. They were charged with second-degree criminal impersonation and could face like 10 years in prison. And P-Flux in chat nails it. You have to appreciate their ingenuity. They went a long way to not stand in a line.
Just don't
Yeah.
just don't pull a Yui.
Order it on Amazon. like you don't. The game isn't scarce. It's not going to be like,
Oh.
well, you didn't get in the line at a midnight launch. I guess you didn't get the 20 copies of GTA 5 that were made. Sorry, buddy. You
Yeah.
know, like, and it's just it's so funny because that's that's a heist in GTA 5. Is alright, I gotta go get this car, I gotta get this license sound pack, I gotta get all these outfits. They were playing GTA 5 in real life.
Yeah. And it
Why did
almost
they even buy
worked.
the game? Why even buy it?
Yeah,
At that
you didn't
point?
need to. You already made, and then to get caught on making a U-turn
Yeah.
by a
It's
real
priceless.
cop
That's
is just
priceless.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
I
fantastic.
usually don't report on that sort of stuff, but
That's
it's
too good.
just too good to not
That's
talk
a
about.
lot of effort. A lot
That's
of
a lot of
to
effort
get
for a
caught.
$60 game you could have walked into a store the next day and picked up.
Yeah.
All right, well that's all of our news stories, so let's take a break.
Yep.
So dumb.
That's so awesome.
I'm just watching this dog pace. What's his problem today?
He's always like this.
Super creeper be creeping.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's see if I can get this.
Hey
You
guys.
see his ear?
Hey guys.
Oh my god.
All right, let's see if we have any emails or anything.
But no, that's the exact look that I keep getting.
Yeah, just
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not looking at me. What are you doing?
hey everyone in chat. We don't have a lot of emails or tweets this week, so if you got questions, start getting them here in chat.
Furiously typing.
Tick, 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 tick.
Tick 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 tick. Oh man. God damn it.
Oh,
Here he is again.
Hey guys, what are you doing over there? What are the TV people doing?
What are these talking heads that just make no sense to me?
Yeah.
Why are they in black and white? The madness I do. And Samson's over there sleeping with Megan, just out cold.
Nice. I'm just sort of giving chat a minute here.
Yeah.
Because I only have one tweet. I don't have any emails or anything.
Oh man.
Well, everyone's busy playing GTA 5, so, you know.
Yeah.
They ain't
fair
got
enough.
time for emails.
I'm kind of in the same boat there. Like, this game's good.
Yeah. I sort of had I worked an 8 or so hour day yesterday.
Yeah.
And I got home and I was so bone tired. And I was just like, God, I gotta play GTA 5 more for the show. And then I saw Diablo 3 and I was like, But I can play that and turn my brain off.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Which one should I play?
Diablo.
The Diablos.
Of the New Hampshire Diablos.
Oh, yeah, we
yes.
should probably thank Lobo for fixing the map, too.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, that happened within hours of the podcast posting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that, getting on top of it. Top
Yeah,
men.
straight from Spain.
Top men. Alright, you guys ready?
Oh,
Yup.
Yes.
hey. So I kind of took a risk and I bought that Now You See Me movie.
Yeah, I don't know which one that is.
It's the magic one.
Oh, okay,
Magic
yeah, I
House.
wanted to see that.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. We demand to be taken
I'm going
seriously.
I'm going Adventure Time on this one.
Yeah. Good God. That reminds me of the Magic Man episodes, ones that Meg and I won't watch anymore, because the Magic Man is terrible.
Spirit Fingers.
Any episode with the Magic Man in it or the Lemon Grabs, we just won't watch.
The Lemon Grabs.
Lemon Grabs are terrible.
Yep.
What was?
Oh no, it was
just
really good.
2 thumbs
like
up.
I really enjoyed that. I don't understand the hate on Rotten Tomatoes for it.
Because people hate
I-
magic for some reason.
I didn't see that ending coming at all. It really caught me by surprise.
Isn't that
was-
sort of the point of a magic movie, I guess?
The closer you look, the less you see.
Oh, it's the Illuminati. All
The
right,
only thing I don't like the dude that played
Job.
what's his no
He should have been in that movie.
no
The
yeah, he'd have been
son,
much better.
Gob.
Gob. He'd have been Will Arnett would have been much better as in that movie than Woody Harrelson. But I don't like Michael Eisner. Is that his name? The guy from Zombieland.
Oh no, Jesse
Jesse
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg.
Yeah, whatever. I don't like him. His face is too pointy.
That face of freaking. Michael Eisner is the old president of Disney.
Oh,
You know, they made fun of him in
Family Guy all the time.
Bring money.
Yeah.
Bring money. Here's a hat. Bring money.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't like him. I just don't know what it is. He agitates me. Much like he's like a littler white Arsenio Hall.
Do you not
Thanks.
like Michael Cera?
I like Michael Cera. He's more symmetrical.
Okay. He's a prettier man. I can get behind
Softer
his face.
features.
Just like I can't stand Sarah Michelle Gellar because of the pointy little flares on her nose. Like I just look at her. It's like I can't take
I
you
could crawl
seriously.
up in there.
Such a massive
No.
character flaw.
It's the little. It's this little.
I hate
You
this
know.
show. Alright, you guys ready to do this last segment here?
I don't know
I
if we're
go
picking up
eat
on
food
that.
today.
Yep.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about tweets.
Tweets.
Tweet?
P-Flux from chat tweets us,
Tweet.
congrats, you guys have finally got me to stick with it and play all the way through Alpha Protocol. Better
Yes.
late than never, I guess.
Thank you. Well
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
Finally.
Alright, let's move over to chats.
Ooh, what's up?
P-Flux asks,
believers.
what's that news article about GTA got me thinking. What is the most preparation you've made to make sure you get a video game on day one?
done. Ooh.
I've never really done like the
oh.
midnight launch. Oh, here you go. Hannah's got a story.
So back when Skyrim came out, I actually used a paid proxy service. It was about $2 to proxy into a server in Australia so that I could trigger the unlock on Steam so I could download it about 12 hours early.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
That is for real.
Yeah.
Well, we're
I
done with
wanted
this
that
question
game.
now.
Yeah. You know what I've done? Made sure I had enough money.
Yeah, I've pre-ordered it from
That's-
Amazon. Like I don't.
That's about it.
Yep, that was
I got nothing to compare to that, man.
yeah, I had TeamViewer open, I was remoting in from work, my boss was standing over my shoulder. Did it work?
Well, at least you knew you weren't gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, you can proxy into a server in another country, but don't you look at Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Persona Golden Chat says, did you talk about Atlas/Sega? No, we forgot to talk about that. Sega bought Atlas.
Yeah,
Atlas Japan.
I'm kind of okay with that.
I think that's a really good choice. I think it was a really good choice to have Sammy buy Sega originally, and then have Sega Sammy buy Arc System Works. I think those are all really smart choices to buy companies that are doing great things by themselves, and just say, all right, here's money. Right. Just keep doing what you're doing. And
that seems to be Sega's MO lately is, put our name on it and we'll keep our hands off.
Yeah, we'll just publish it. You guys
just
do
put our little gold seal on the box somewhere. We're good. Yep.
And I think it's really smart for Sega that the majority of the games they've internally developed over the last couple of years haven't been very strong. Yeah. So I think at that point, make yourself into a really strong publisher at that point, and especially if someone Arc System Works. Everyone who loves that company is going to buy every one of those games. Same with Atlas. I will buy every Atlas game. Do I have time to get to them? No. They go into a pile when I go retire. But I think those are both. A lot of people were surprised about it, but I think that's an incredibly smart decision.
Yeah.
So
good on Sega. I think it might be one of those things where they just keep. Next thing you know, Sega's going to be the premier niche publisher.
Yeah, totally.
I would love to see that.
That'd be a great position for them to be in.
Yeah.
Buy NIS, buy Xseed, and you're set.
God. Man, that would turn that company back into a powerhouse.
Yeah, really would.
If you do that, if you could just throw a couple thousand my way, I'd appreciate it.
For the idea, we're the idea men.
Yeah, I just marketing contractor.
We're top men.
Yes, top men. Hate in chat asks, GTA stuff is good. Any references to previous GTAs anyone found? We talked a little bit about it. There's one Nico reference, and there's the Lost and the Damned stuff. Other than that, nothing that I really have noticed discreetly.
There's a few references, a lot of San Andreas stuff that I've noticed, but I didn't really play enough to really pick out those little gems. But from what I hear from Mackie over at No Quarters, he was like, I played a lot of San Andreas, and there's a lot.
Yeah, it feels like they're doing a lot of wink.
There's a cold yogurt joke.
Oh, nice. It feels like they're winking at you a lot about a game. I never played San Andreas either. The beginning of that game really turned me off. So I don't. It feels sort of like we're gonna go over here, wink, and it's just sort of okay, it's a beach.
It's an airport.
Yeah, I guess. And I feel a lot of people would be like, oh, all right, sort of going somewhere in HD remake, where they're like, oh man, how sick does this thing look now?
Sick nasty.
Yeah. Persona Gold in chat says, I found CJ's cul-de-sac. So that's cool, the main character from San Andreas. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So
that's the one thing that you kind of blew, kind of like as much as CJ turned me off, it seems like Franklin's saying all the right things to get me on his side.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. We got one more question from, I can't read that because it's in the brightest green font I've ever seen, Orizo315.
Oh.
Do you guys watch Let's Play videos?
Oh, yeah, I missed that one. Yeah, he says, I watched Dear Esther and WoW. I'm actually started watching a variant on Let's Plays called Long Plays. It's basically someone goes and plays through the entire game but doesn't talk over it. So it's basically just... here's someone playing a game. I'm doing that for The Last of Us because I really like the story in that game, and I really don't want to play the game anymore.
Okay.
If they would sell that game on DVD, I would buy that. Where I
would
just
watch it.
I watched. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't watch much of that stuff.
Okay. I used to watch I wouldn't even call them Let's Plays, but a lot of the back when WoW was first coming out with PvP arenas and stuff. I would watch those videos because they would always kind of were like, "Whoa, I can't believe you can do that."
Yeah, how are they doing that with their class? Yeah.
Some of those were really fun. I've watched a couple of Let's Plays on some of the like side quests and some of the Elder Scrolls games that like I
Yeah.
just know I'm never gonna get to.
Oh, you know what? I
And
guess technically the Giant Bomb endurance runs are Let's Plays. So
Yeah.
I've watched the Persona 4 one, I think twice, if not three times.
nice.
The Deadly Premonition one was really, really good. Both teams were really good. And the Chrono Trigger one was actually pretty decent. Those are if anyone hasn't watched a Let's Play, the Persona 4 one is 150 something episodes of pure comedy genius.
Nice.
They play that
Um,
game for 99 hours.
Oh, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I really like watching a lot of Evo videos. Just
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
just mind numbing, just fighting experience.
Super
Yeah,
high
I'm-
level play.
I'm more something that I could never possibly do on my
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's actually I forget who did it. I want to say it was either Game Trailers or IGN. They did a really great series about like the entire history of Final Fantasy at one point.
Oh, nice.
Cannot remember who did that, but it was this big, long like.
Was it Game
Yeah.
Trailers? One of their
It might have. I
because they
feel
do
like
like
it was
the
Game
history
Trailers.
of series. Was it like a
Yeah.
8-part series, something like that?
Yeah, it was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm a fairly big fan of if you follow them on either I think they're Tumblr and Did You Know Gaming.
Yeah, those
They
are
actually
really good.
have some really great videos
Yeah.
with like Easter eggs and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. So
But that's all of our emails and tweets and whatnot. If you want to visit us, you can please do so at tvgp.tv. And I'm going to throw it over to the other two because I'm tired and hungry. So everything
right.
else is not right inside the page.
All right, come join us on the forums. It's a great place to sit there and chat about games and other mediums or whatnot. Monday Night Game Night, 10 p.m. EST. Steam Game Night, 10 p.m. EST on Thursday. Mark yourselves on the map because it's up and working. Big thanks to Lobo for handling that over the seas.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know, tossing up a Hail Mary and it worked. So,
Spanish
that's what we
top
got.
men.
yep.
TVGP meetup October 19th. Right now, shorts and design are on order, and
Nice.
send your deets over. Personal message me over on the forums, and make sure we get the details and whatnot together. And then lastly, it is location pending.
There you go.
All right. This month's TVGP Game Club is still being voted on. We had a tie between KOTOR and Bulletstorm on the forums, and I think you all know which one I want. I think you all know which one Knobs wants. So, really, it comes down to a battle of me versus Knobs, let's face it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and vote. I think we're going to be closing that relatively soon, within the next day or so.
Probably. Yeah, I
Yeah.
sort of forgot about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the results. Let's see what happens.
And don't forget, you can watch us record this dumb show live every week at twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. Schedule and links are on the right-hand side of the page. If you don't make it to watch the live stream, you can watch it archived there and archived on YouTube. I'm
Yep.
fading fast, so we'll see y'all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
All right, I don't have any titles.
Did you see they smashed them 76-0?
Wow.
Oh man.
All right, I got a few titles, but I think we all know the winner, so I'm going to leave that one to last.
Okay.
So, as usual, stopped him with 3 cans. We're doing quintuples. Random all day. She is huge. Coin flip went to GTA 5. Ludo Narrative Dissonance, just because I feel like that sounds like a prog rock band.
Oh man, it totally does.
Unfathomably huge. Supernauts, and let's face it, the winner for this week, Tuggle.
Tuggle.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be Tuggle,
I
man.
can't believe I forgot about Tuggle already. That's got to be the title. I'm circling it.
I like all the other titles were like, these are kind of crap because you can't beat Tuggle.
Tuggle. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 309 for September 23rd, 2013. Tuggle.
Come on, give us a toggle.
Go for the orange ones.
Slow your roll, cowboy.
Don't be afraid of it. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching the live stream. We'll see you same time, same channel next week. Peace.